Hello and welcome back. In the previous video, we discussed on various comparative scales. In this video, we will discuss non-comparative scales. Non-comparative scales employ whatever rating standard seems appropriate to them. Here, the respondents are asked to make an absolute choice without comparing the alternative attributes, such as your ideal brand. For this reason, non-comparative scales are often referred to as monadic scales. Non-comparative techniques consist of continuous or graphic rating and itemized rating scales. The respondents are asked to give a rating by placing a mark at the appropriate position on a continuous line. With an itemized scale, respondents are provided with a scale having numbers and or brief descriptions associated with each category and are asked to select one that best explains their feelings or preference. Now let me explain 7 types of non-comparative scales. The first type is dichotomous scale. It is a 2-dimensional scaling used to elicit a choice between 2 attributes of an object. For example, could you please tell your employment status with 2 options like employed or unemployed? Let's take another question. Do you own a car? We can have 2 choices like yes or no. The second type is categorical scale. This scale uses multiple items to elicit a single response. For example, a question like, where do you live in India? And choices can be Cochin, Calcutta, Delhi, Mumbai. The next is Likert scale. It is named after its developer Rensis Likert. The Likert scale is a widely used rating scale that requires the respondents to indicate the degree of agreement or disagreement with each of a series of statements about stimulus objects. Typically, each scale item will have 5 response categories, usually ranging from strongly agree to disagree, or it can be 7-point scale. For example, the question asked to the respondents can be, my work is interesting. The possible options presented can be strongly agree, neither agree nor disagree, strongly disagree if it is a 5-point scale. Next one is semantic differential scale. In this scale, bipolar attributes are placed at the extremes to indicate the response's own attitudes. For example, a question like, how will you best express your feeling during examinations? We can have 2 alternatives like relaxed and tensed, keeping at a distance to express their various intensities of tension and relaxation. The next type is numerical scale. It is similar to semantic differential scale with the difference that numbers would be provided. For example, how pleased are you with the sales agent? We can have 2 alternatives like pleased and displeased by placing numbers ranging from 1 to 5 with a 5-point scale in between. The 6th type is a staple scale. It simultaneously measures both the direction and intensity of attitude towards item of study. For example, how will you rate the product with respect to 3 attributes such as affordability, its quality, and after-sales services? We can have numbers, negative numbers to represent negative attitudes and positive numbers to represent positive attitudes on either sides. The last item is graphic rating scale. Here, the response to an item is indicated on a graphic scale. For example, various attributes of an employee can be presented in a graphic rating scale to express excellent, good, acceptable, fair, and poor. The attributes can be dependability of the employee, initiative of the employee, output of the employee, attitude of the employee, and attendance. Now let's recap what we learned in this video. We were discussing various non-comparative scales used for research.